Hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glen Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by the president and CEO of beauty treatment platform BDoor, Zenver Amini Armandi. How are you doing, Zenver?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for inviting me. It's really nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you on the program. And I wonder if we could just begin by giving a little bit of background on yourself, and also for the viewers and listeners to explain a little bit about BDoor, what you're doing, what the proposal is, and what the platform will be giving to individuals, basically.
Okay. So first of all, my background. My academic background is in engineering, project management, business, and international marketing. But most of my adult life, I've been working in the public sector, different authorities, longest duration at the tax agency, and now for the Swedish Transport Administration with development. But also, of course, with this fantastic platform, BDoor, together with my co-founders, Kojin and Safin. So what is BDoor? BDoor stands for Beauty to Your Door. And it's a platform that it's a startup to begin with. So the platform makes it possible for people to order services within the beauty and health sector to their homes, offices, or hotel rooms, basically. So, for example, if you want a hairdresser to come to your home, a barber, makeup artist, yoga instructor, and so on. But BDoor also makes it possible for professionals, to work as freelancers with the platform, or, for example, companies, beauty salons, to register their employees to work as freelancers. Instead of waiting in the salons for customers to come, they can just turn on the app and get notifications and customers nearby the saloon.
Excellent. So it's something that helps professionals as well as consumers and individuals who want to be able to make use of the services, but maybe don't have the time to head to a salon. The times aren't right for them, or maybe they have some kind of issue. And of course, during these COVID times, there's less of a desire, shall we say, to be able to mix in public spaces and do the things that we normally used to do.
Exactly. During the pandemic, we could see that just in the beginning, the visits to the traditional salons decreased by 11%, and then it just got worse and worse. And the beauty industry hasn't recovered from that. So with BDoor the demand for the services didn't decrease. It was just that people didn't want to go out with trains to go and sit in a waiting hall. So it makes it possible to have it at home instead. It's only one person coming. So yeah, exactly.
So it's a societal impact as well, Zenver, it sounds like to me as well, in terms of helping individuals and also professionals to be able to make money, but also for people to be able to make use of their services in a more broad and accessible way.
Exactly. If we look at the customers, we have different kind of customers. We have single parents with minimal time. We have people before the pandemic that worked a lot in different cities in Sweden, and they also had minimal of time. But we also have people with hinders, like physical or psychological hinders, that makes it's harder for them to visit a traditional salon. So yeah.
Well, this is excellent. I think a great service, and just give a little bit more detail on the range of services that will be available through the platform.
Well, we will have more and more services. Right now, we have hairdressers, barbers, makeup artists. We're going to have yoga instructors, massage therapists.
Yeah.
That's some of them.
Excellent. So it's all available through the BDoor app, basically. You just choose the time, choose the location, and you can have the services that you require delivered to where you want them via the app.
Exactly. It's really easy. You just turn on the app, your address, and just choose the treatment. And you can also choose to have it by, drop in the closest time if you're home and you have like 1 hour maybe or something, or in the future.
Yeah. Excellent. Wow, so it sounds like a great service indeed. And looking a little bit more broadly about this, the sector and the platform economy broadly, what do you see as the sort of the main opportunities and challenges, both now and also looking into the future as well, Zenver?
Well, I think the freelance way of working is here to stay. We're going to see many more platform companies coming. One of the biggest challenges that I can see is the regulations right now, because if we look at the Swedish society, for example, all of the regulations, all of the authorities is made for people with full-time employments.
Right.
For example, if you want a bank loan, parental leave, or unemployment leave. So we don't have the same possibilities for the freelancer right now. So the greatest challenge is the regulations for the freelance system, I think. But we have great possibilities also, because I think that with this new way of working, the people, the talents, when they see the benefits of working as a freelancer, you're very flexible. You can work whenever you want, wherever you want in Sweden. And you can also choose your own projects, which one you want to accept.
Yeah.
Then many of the talent will leave the companies. So I think if the companies want to have the best talent, they need to start to think of using the freelancers. And also for people moving to new countries, it's much easier to find a job this way, because they have been working in their countries with their area and they're really good, but it's difficult.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think this is a great benefit. And we're seeing this sort of from different sectors, the disruption, the positive disruption, which is taking place through the platform economy. The beauty and wellness sector is one, but we're seeing it from in transport, technology, food delivery, the list goes on. And I think this is a great sector that you're in, which is ripe for new benefits for consumers, for businesses, and professionals with skills as well. So that's an excellent part. And I'd just like to sort of move on a little bit and talk about some of the issues that we hear, some of the negativity in the media at the moment about the platform economy, about low wages. We hear stories about precarious working situations. Could you say a little bit about that in your sector and how BDoor is actually addressing some of these concerns?
Absolutely. There have been skepticism towards the platform companies. And we're trying to fill all of the gaps, because we want the freelancers to have protections and security and the same possibilities and like full-time employees have. So our BMSs are well informed. We give them an information package. For example, we make sure their taxes are paid. We make sure that they have insurance. We also make sure that what was I thinking about? We have fixed prices. So when it comes to trying to pressure down the prices, it's not possible. I mean, we have market prices, so they have good salaries as well.
Okay, so it's addressing, So it's really sort of bringing these things forward and actually sort of helping the individuals who have these skills as well to be able to earn a fair wage, to be able to sort of choose when they're able to work as well. So it's not a case of racing to the bottom to try and reduce standards or reduce salaries. It's actually quite the opposite. Through your platform, you're actually sort of helping to gain a fair standard of living and a fair wage within this as well, Zenver.
Exactly. It's exactly that way. We want to make it better for the workers, the professionals, in all of the ways. The only challenge we have is with the work environment. There we need to discuss with the work environment authorities to have regulations for the freelancers as well. Because now we have a gray zone. And even during this pandemic, for regular workers in offices that work from home, we see the same problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is one of the things that the platform economy and the world of work is changing, and it's evolving all the time. So therefore, we need to be in a position to be able to address some of these concerns And of course, the regulation and the policy also needs to move and catch up with the reality as well, Zenver, within that. And I like the approach that you have in terms of doing things the right way and actually collaborating and trying to work with the policymakers and the decision makers to be able to put the right systems in place and give the feedback so that we have the right regimes and the right laws and the right policy. So it's going to help us to have the services that we want, but also help individuals too within this.
Exactly. We can do it together, because I mean, the freelance way of working is not going to disappear, or the platform company. I think we're going to see more technology in the future. So it's really important that we start now to discuss how to work together.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's a really interesting development that you're putting in. And, you know, I just like to sort of maybe ask a little bit about what do companies and individuals need to consider to get the most out of the platform economy? We've been talking a little bit there about sort of the sector itself, but what are the things that the individuals and companies need to think of to put themselves in the right position? Because as you say, this is something that's going to increase, it's not going away. So what do we need to do to be able to harness it and be able to get the most advantages out of this sector?
I think for the companies, they just need to have an open mind and to see that this is really good. As I said before, I think, I mean, the best talents, when they see the benefits of being a freelancer, maybe they're going to leave the company. So for the company, there's an opportunity to have, if it's special projects, to have freelancers that are really good in their field to do the work instead. And if you see the beauty sector, I mean, they can still have the traditional salons, but the employees don't need to stand and wait for customers if they don't have them. I mean, they can really use this to their benefit, the platform. And for individuals, well, for the people that really are good at their work and passionate and want to focus on that and have a flexible life and work anywhere they want, this is a really perfect way of doing it.
Yeah. So it's basically being in tune with that flexibility and almost for professionals and individuals to realize the possibilities that what a freelance lifestyle can give you. And I think there's probably quite a lot of people out there, even in 2021, who maybe haven't considered the freelance platform economy fully yet, who are still sort of thinking about a traditional 9-to-5 way of working as the only possibility for them.
Exactly, but all innovative new things take time. It's a behavioral change, cultural change, and I think we're a bit there, but we have a lot of work to do. But I think that in the future, we'll see that many more people are going to choose this way of working.
Right. Yeah. So it's basically as the platform economy evolves and becomes kind of mainstream, more and more people will follow it. And therefore, the policy and the regulation will also have to follow to stay up to date and stay relevant with what's happening as well then.
Yeah, and both directions. I think if the regulations change, it's easier and you have the same possibilities as when you have a contract full-time employment, then it's going to be easier for people to understand that this is a possibility that's really good.
Yeah. So we're kind of in a transition stage at the moment then, Zenver, given the fact that we're kind of moving from the traditional what I call the 1950s, 1960s model, where people sell their time, they go to work 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and until they're sort of 65, and then that's it. The kind of the borders and the barriers are much more sort of fluid. But hopefully, this should create more opportunities for the people who can actually see the advantages and allow people to get more benefits out of their life and out of their time as well.
Exactly, and spend more time with your family and friends, and I mean, choose, and the flexibility is really good. We can see now with the possibility to work from home during the pandemic that people even travel to other countries to work because they have the computer with them. So all of the world is your workspace now. So that is fantastic.
Yeah. And I think you raise a very good point there, Zenver, the way, in fact, sort of COVID has brought us forward. It's actually, of course, been a terrible pandemic, but it's also brought to light new ways of working. The technology's there. It's more just the mindset of individuals that's had to catch up with the reality that the possibilities and the opportunities really are endless. It's just a case of actually being able to take them and utilize them.
Exactly.
Brilliant. I mean, that's a great thing. I think that we're seeing this. It seems to be also the private section, of course, your startup developing this, but this is something that will actually be caught on by the public sector too, as well. Would you say?
I think it's going to take a bit more time for the public sector, but I think it's coming. I mean, in the public sector, they have consultants. It's freelancer as well, but maybe in a different way, longer contracts. So I think we're going to see it there as well, but maybe a bit more time for that.
Yeah, but it's something that's happening, and it's happening now, and it's just going to increase as well. So I think that as you're saying, to be prepared for that. And look for the opportunities, look for the possibilities that exist as well. And I think that you raised a very good point there in the discussions too, about the fact that all the possibilities are there, but still we need to be able to make sure that the taxes are paid, that your social security contributions, all these kind of elements which are kind of taken for granted within the traditional economy, that these are also covered within the platform economy, and to make sure that platforms and operators are actually sort of taking this responsibility and being able to fill in the gaps as well. And I think that some of the mistakes probably of the platform economy 1.0 have been addressed. And the companies and organizations we see today really are tuned in and are helping workers, as well as the creation of new companies and organizations. So I'm very excited for the future, I must admit, and also the services that you're offering.
I'm excited as well. I mean, Sweden is a great country, and we really want the society to work this way. I mean, the tax system in Sweden built this country, so it's important that the platform companies also help with that. So that's very important. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be, we're going to see so many possibilities with this.
And if I ask you to get your crystal ball out, then Zenver, what's the future going to hold here as well? What are we likely to see in the near medium and even sort of longer term future in terms of how we work, but also how we buy, sell and share services?
I think we're going to see more international way of working. I think maybe the majority will be freelancer, and smaller part will be the traditional way of working in the future, and the platform company is gonna expand. We're gonna have in many different sectors, so I can only see that this is gonna grow, get bigger. And I don't know if the pandemic will let us travel, but if it will end and we can travel, I think that we will maybe 1 month work from a warm country and 1 month from another country. But this makes it even more challenging for countries and authorities and for the decision makers. So we're going to see a bit of challenges there.
So there's going to be different challenges and opportunities, but they won't disappear. It's just have to be tuned in to be able to see them for what they are, and also to take advantage of the opportunities, but also to be able to address and hopefully collaborate with industry and other operators to be able to address some of the challenges as well, Zenver.
Yeah, the collaboration is really important, but I mean, everything develops. So this is not something new. We just need to find the ways to make it good. This process is the same for every part in life.
Yeah, Yeah,
even if
it's
it's not
just
the freelance way of working. So
yeah, it's just evolution and development, and
exactly.
we're positive towards that, I must admit. So that's great. And just be able to before we finish off, just let people know where you can actually access this services, both in terms of the app and the website, and to be able to find out more about BDoor and the services that you're offering.
Perfect. We actually launched, we have two apps. One is called Be Master for the professionals that want to work. We call them Be Master, Beauty
Yep.
Master. And we have the BDoor app for people to order the services. So it's possible to visit the web page, bdoor.se. And both of the apps are available to download through Google Play and App Store.
Yeah.
And we actually were launching Monday, the 16th of August.
Excellent.
So it's
Well, we
possible
look
to
forward to
order
that.
services.
Superb. Well, we shall put those links in the in the sections, so you'll be able to access those directly. And Zenver, I just want to thank you for your time today. Thanks for explaining about the new platform, but also talking more broadly about the sector, some of the opportunities and challenges that are coming up as well.
Thank you very much, Glenn. It was really nice to be here.
Thank you. And we are